Hi learners, very good morning. Welcome to Unified Study. This is Thulasi doing a foundation course for the upcoming June 2024 UGC NET paper 1. Very good morning everyone. Good morning Vetri Chelvan, Mohana, Muttamil, Christy, Monica. Very good morning. Hi Hemant. Very good morning. Very good morning. Do join quick. Yes. Very good morning Sendil Purushothaman. Do join. Hope you all doing good. I hope I have last week we had a question. Many learners have posted the answer for that question. Please learners please to put the answer in the comment section so that everyone can able to learn. And at the same time, you will be also learning every day one concept, new thing will be known to you. Yes. Yes, sure. Shall we start the class? Yes. So today let's start with a quote. The key to growth is introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness into our awareness. So when you want to grow, right, try to be very conscious, try to be aware of ourselves, what all the strengths we have, weakness we have, that will be very, very aware about ourselves. So be conscious of everything that we do and be aware of your own strength and weakness. That will automatically take you to the next level in your life. That will be the key towards growth of our life. Yes, with this point, I'm moving towards the yesterday's question. Yesterday, we had a question from Laws of Learning proposed by Edward Thorneke. Who is Edward Thorneke? He is the father of modern educational psychology and he proposed this laws of learning. So when you take a child is going to learn something, we take an adult to learn something. What are all the three basics of laws that he or she needs to require is he need to be ready to learn something, and that we call it as law of readiness. So whatever we do now, we are all here in the classroom. Why you are here? Because you are ready to learn something new, something to do. So that's why you are here, and that's we call it as law of readiness. Law of effect. So whatever we do, right, there will be an effect of things that we are doing. Say example, if you do something well, you can say very good to yourself. Okay, there will be a reward will be there. If you do something wrong, definitely there will be some kind of a reward will be there. There will be some kind of a punishment will be there, and that's we call laws of effect. Third one is what? Law of exercise. What do you mean law of exercise? When you want to learn something, that thing has to be practiced again and again and again, and that we call it as a law of exercise. So what is the meaning of law of exercise? So whatever we learn, we have to practice again and again. And it's called practice again. Practice makes a man perfect, right? That is the law of exercise. Effect means what? Whatever we learn, we'll be either have a reward or we'll be having a punishment. Say example, if you do a very good thing, you will be getting a reward, again appreciation you will get. But if you do some learn something wrong, you will be getting a punishment, right? So that you will not do it again next time. That's called law of effect. Means whatever we learn, what effect we experience out of that one, that's called law of effect. Law of readiness, if I want to learn something, I have to be ready to learn. That is called what? Law of readiness. If only if you are ready to learn, then only it will get into ourself, right? It's called law of readiness. Ma'am, please suggest books which we use for reference for paper one topics. Yes, okay, I'll tell. So these are all the important laws of learning proposed by Edward Thorneke, and he is called as what? Father of modern educational psychology. Father of modern educational psychology. Please kindly note it down. Educational psychology. Okay. Yes, this is the question that we asked in the previous class, And now today we are going to start with communication. Very important topic in UGC Net paper 1. Every time we are getting, as mentioned, 5 questions are there in the communication part. Right, from that topic we have started this question. Read the question and try to attempt. Greeting a person with "how do you do" before the actual conversation begins is called a dash. Right? So whenever we start a communication with a person, we greet a person, right, with "how do you do." Before starting any conversation, I'm just asking a question, "how do you do?" What kind of statement is this? What kind of communication it is? Yes. Learners, those who are new to the channel, please kindly subscribe the channel so that you'll be notified with the upcoming videos that we are going to do, and it will also be helpful for other learners, those who wish to preparing for your net examination. Like the video and share with your friends. We can learn together. Yes. Answer. Very good, Komal. Very good. Very good, Komal. Very good morning, Divya, Sasi, Sumati, Sendil, Devanai. Very good morning. Yes, the right answer for this question is Partic communication. What do you mean by Partic communication is it's a type of communication which we use, right? Before starting the actual conversation, we used to mainly meant for breaking the silence, right? Making some small talks, making some gossiping. For all these things, we'll be using a kind of a Partic communication. Here to break the silence, right? We'll start the communication with "how do you do?" So, right, this is an example of apathic communication, asking a question, "how do you do?" before making the actual conversation begins. Very good, right? No, it is not a formal intro. It is not a formal intro. Okay? Yes, it's called as patic communication. It is called as patic communication. Yes. Moving to the next question. Moving to the next question. You may ask a question, ma'am, what is the difference between the patic communication and formal communication? Yes. Why? Because many of the learners have been giving answers in the before question. You are answering C as the one, right? Formal intro as the one. What is the difference between formal intro and patic communication is patic communication does not comes under the actual communication. So what this actual communication means, it comes under the formal one. It comes under the formal communication. So formal intro will not be an example for how do you do greeting a person. That's we call patic communication. After that one, okay, come, let's get into the business, we used to say, right? So that is our actual communication. There comes the formal intro. Before doing the formal intro, some kind of informal things can be started, and that type of communication we call it as patic communication. Okay, so that is the difference between the option 2 and option 3. Clear? Yes, very good. And another one is there, message prompter. Message prompter does not suit with this one, because prompter means what? Whenever we read something on the front, the words will be going on, right? The content will be going on, right? And that's we call message prompter. So that will not come here. I hope you understand with the question. Patic communication and formal communication. There is a difference. Yes, thank you. Next question. And many of you have answered one, 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 one. See, there is a small twist in this question. Read it carefully and then tell me. Very good. Nandini has answered rightly. In a classroom communication, in a classroom, transforming a verbal and non-verbal signs back into messages means what? See, the keyword is here. Back into messages. What happens here? There is a source. There is a source. I am the source. Okay. I am telling you the message. Okay. I am telling you the message. So the message will be encoded. What do you mean by encoded? The message will be hidden. I'll be put it in a wrap and I'll be sending you. So I'll be encoded. And that message will be sent through a medium and it will be reaching the receiver. Before reaching the receiver, what it should happen? It should be decoded. It should be decoded and it will reach the receiver. understand? I'll send you an envelope, okay? I'll send you an envelope. There is a message. The message is there and I put this message into this envelope and it is been, this we call it as encoded. This is called as encoded because this letter is sealed. No one can tear it out. Okay. And then it goes to the receiver and in the tears of the seal, he can able to decode. And what is what? Back into messages. Only when you do the decoding, he can able to view the message. So here the answer for this question is decoding. Very good, Anand. Yes, right. It is not feedback. What do you mean by feedback? After reading that letter, right? When I respond to something and that we call it as a feedback. And that we call it as feedback. Clear, Anas? Yes, clear. Are you listening? So what will happen here? This letter will be opened. This letter will be opened and it will be reaching the receiver so that the receiver can able to read what the message is there in that one. And this process we call it as what? Decoding. It's called decoding. Clear? So in communication, we have some concepts like source, encoding, note it down, decoding. This we'll be looking after in the theories of communication. Decoding, receiver, and in between we have a concept called medium, through which medium it has been sent. And another term we had called feedback, and another term we had called noise. These are all the important terms that we use in communication. Simple example. I talk now. I'm the sender. The content is there. The message is there. It has been traveling to you through the YouTube medium and it is reaching you there. Okay. So what you do, you decode the message. Now I'm not doing any kind of encoding. Just I'm sending you as it is. So you decode the message. You understand what I communicate to you. The receiver is getting back. You have doubts. You are putting it here in the chat box so that this we call it as feedback. So I come to understand what you are telling and I'm again responding to you. If in case my any kind of internet issues are coming, and that we call it as noise. Sometimes there may be some other external noise can be created around me, and that will also be called it as noise. On your side, some technical issues can happen, so that you will not be able to look at the message properly. So that is also comes under the concept of noise, right? We have different types of noise that we will see later, and this we also call it as what? Barriers to communication. That we call it as what? Barriers to communication. Sorry, my pen is not writing properly. Yes. Barriers to communication. Clear? So these are all the terms that we use in a communication format. Clear? Very good. Next question. Which of the following is not a common form of semantic barrier in communication? Just now only I told you about barrier, right? So barrier means what? Not able to understand the concept properly. That's we call barrier. So with that barrier, we have a question. Here the question comes under not. You have to understand what that not. See, whenever you'll be get confused with the not, you may not notice. You may not notice false. These are all the trap words that the questions will be having. So we'll give the wrong answer. So be very careful when you select the answer. Very good, very good. Read it very carefully. Which of the following is not a common form of semantic barriers in communication? Yes, waiting for your answers. Read it carefully. I'm giving you time. No hurry. Why? Because inside that question, we have so many terms are there. That is why I'm asking you to read it carefully. Yes. Very good. All or wrong answers. Everyone giving wrong answers. Yes, everyone giving wrong answers. Not even a single gave me right answer. Which of the following is not a common form of semantic barrier in communications? All are wrong. How? Komal, Monica, Suma, Anand, Sendil, Sasi, Mohana, Sarvanaraj, Devanai, Hemant, Archana, Nandini, Nasreen, Muthulakshmi, everyone wrong answer. Okay, right. Come on, come on. In communication, we have different kinds of barriers. What do you mean by semantic barrier? Semantic barrier means what? With respect to meaning. With respect to meaning. Okay? Yes. So what they have asked you? Not a common form of semantic barrier in communication. A common form of semantic barrier in communication. Ambiguity and multiple interpretation of words. So whenever we have some words, right? We have word called bark. We have a tree. We have a word bark. Similarly, dog also we have a word called bark. For dog also we have called bark. What does it mean? Here in that one, tree bark is meaning the trees have barks. Dog barks means dog will bark. Lol, 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 it will bark. So this we call it as ambiguity, multiple interpretation of a single word. So this will not come because it is a meaning, something with respect to meaning. We understand in a wrong way, right? That's what it is not the right answer. Okay. Differences in cultural references and background knowledge. Say example, this is a very, very major concept of semantic barrier. Now I am in Tamil Nadu, okay. When I was small, we went to North India. We traveled to North India. This is my very first time at a very small age we went there. They were talking about rice. In a particular station, they were selling kana, 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 kana. Kana means what? Food, right? Rice, right? I was thinking what in Tamil kana means we missed, right? I was just thinking, what does that mean? It is a misunderstanding of a word. Because of the cultural differences, language differences, my background knowledge, kana means missing. But in Hindi, kana means food. So there is a differences in cultural references, right? So that is a main concept of semantic barrier. I misunderstand that word. Yes, exactly right. So this will also not come. Next comes technical jargons and specialized vocabulary. Whenever comes jargons means using technical terms. Now there are many students who are there from other majors also. If I use something very technical terms of computer science means or technical terms of any particular subject means people will not be able to understand. Now I belong to computer science. If any person comes from botany and zoology, tell some botanical name means I was not able to understand because those technical terms are called jargons. Okay, we're not able to understand. So that also comes under the semantic barrier because we don't know the meaning of that word. So this will also not come. Then now comes grammatical errors and poor sentence structure. This we call it as syntactic error. Sorry, my pen is doing some mistake. Syntactic error based on the structure. Okay, how are you is a question. But if I'm asking how you are you, it's wrong, right? And that's why grammatical errors and poor system sentence structure will not come under the semantic barrier in communication. You understand? Able to understand, learners? Yes. Read the question properly and then answer. This time, very first time, everyone has given the wrong answer. So whenever we get not based question, whenever we get false based questions, we may get struck. Yes, clear? Any doubts? Now clear. Very good. Thank you. So see, semantic barrier means what? With respect to meaning, with respect to understanding of that meaning, and that we call it as semantic barrier. Okay. So semantically, there is some kind of a problem with understanding things. So in communication, whatever I say, you have to understand. So whenever I say something with respect to meaning, if you are not able to get the points clearly means it's called semantic barrier. If I say something in a wrong way of communicating you, right? With the improper verb, with improper voices, with the improper sentence making, if I talk to you means there comes grammatical errors and poor sentence structure that comes under syntactic errors. Yes, you thought but got confused. Very good. You got that line, no? When practice it will come. Thank you so much. Right. Now moving to the next question. Moving to the next question. Yes. Uh, Types of communication. Sorry, modes of communication. Yes. Do this one. The mode of communication that involves a single source of transmitting information to a large number of receivers simultaneously. Large number of receivers simultaneously. Read it carefully and then answer. Group, mass, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. Waiting for your answers. Hope you'll get the right answer for this question. Very good, very good, very good. Suma, Komal, Christine, Nandini, Anand, Monica, Saravanaraj, Surabhi, Hemant. Very good, very good. Sendil, Archana, very good, very good. Nasreen. Yes, 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 Devani, right. The right answer for this question is mass communication. So, what do you mean by mass communication? See here in group communication, so I am here, I am doing communicating to a group of people. Okay, I am doing to a group of people. I am communicating to a group of people. Okay, what's to do something. So that communication we called group communication. When you come to mass communication, so I am here sitting in front of my laptop. Okay, I am communicating to the vast number of people. I am communicating to the vast number of people through YouTube. You understand? You understand what I am doing here? Here I am sitting here, I am communicating to the vast number of people through YouTube. And this communication we call it as called mass communication. You understand? I am single source of transmitting information to a large number of receivers simultaneously is called mass communication. Interpersonal means what? I am here talking to my friend and she is talking to me. And that we call it as what? Interpersonal communication. Intrapersonal means what? I am talking to myself. I am talking to myself. It's called intrapersonal communication. Very good. Okay. So to as we are doing this foundation series, every day we are doing it at 10 o'clock. You can just get into Unified Study there. In Unified Study June 2024 paper 1 playlist, we can have all the playlists there. If you have any doubts with any of the concepts, there is also a playlist for paper 1 is there. You can also go and check it in that playlist to do your just to know about the concepts. And if you want to do it consistently for your June 2024, here at Unified Study App, we are doing the complete course on UGC Net paper 1. The foundation course has been done, detailed concepts is been going on, and we are also doing it with the PYQs and also with live poll we are doing. Every week we used to have a doubt clearing session will be there, and every week we used to have a mock test. Those learners who miss by 2 marks, 4 marks, 6 marks, 8 marks, you can also do your mock test in Unified Study App under the paid mock test. There is a separate feature for mock test also. There you can also join to do your mock test. Okay. And this is a complete course for paper 1 and paper 2 computer science there. And if you want to get the combo, you can also join through this one, right? So this is about the course details that we do in Unified Study App. Those who wish to take, this is the subscription details for paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, this is the course for 5 months and this is for paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, these are the subscription details. Those who wish to take the test also, you can just get into the Unified Study App. The link have been given in the description. You can take it, where we give details of, we give test for every week on every topic that we are discussing. Okay, yes. Moving to the next question. Examples of communications. See, in communication, what are the things that examination pattern is going on is they are taking some kind of, the vocabulary is very rich. Nowadays, it has become rich. So we need to aware of different vocabularies. So when we have to read more things, we have to listen to more things, we have to practice more things. So by that, in communication, we'll be able to secure that 5 out of 5 marks. Okay? Yes. Sending email, verbal instruction, exchange information of between two groups of people, traffic signals. Monica, actually, paper one is said to be a vast area, right? So for paper one, how we used to prepare is we used to go by, so for teaching aptitude, we go by B.Ed based things. And for research aptitude, we used to go for Kotari books. Okay, research aptitude, Kotari book. That is best book for research aptitude. You can learn everything from there. And for with respect to mathematical reasoning, we have aptitude books there for R.S. Agarwal book that we can use to prepare. Okay, data interpretation, we are here doing it on the app. Regularly we are doing with all different kinds, not regularly we are doing now, we are yet to plan, but already we have done, it was there in the app. And so that's how we can do DA. Data interpretation we have to do regularly. Okay, so mathematical reasoning, DA and all, we can go for R.S. Agarwal books. Okay, we can go for R.S. Agarwal books. And for higher education and all, we have to keep on preparing things. We can go for official websites, there you can collect data. Okay, because we know the syllabus, right? With that one, we can collect things. So this is how we are preparing here. Yes. So the right answer for this question is option 1. So what do you mean by sending email? Sending email is a formal way of communicating things. Informal means what? Verbal instruction is giving. Informal. Verbal means through oral. I'm telling something. It's informal. Exchange of information between groups of people. It's called a transactional. Traffic signals are semiotics. What do you mean by semiotics? Semiotics is nothing but sign. Sign means what? If I get 1 minute, it is sign. What does it mean? What does it mean? Park or bike there. No parking. It will be written like this, right? No parking. No parking, one strike will be there. If you park a bike means it will be seized. So the no parking is a signboard. So all the signboard and all things comes under a concept of semiotics. Yes, exactly right. Transactional means what? Exchange of information between two group of people. So I tell something and you'll be receiving and you'll be telling me something. It's called transactional. Transaction of ideas will be there. Right. Next question. Next question. Oh, I'm sorry. Have you seen the answer? Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's check when you have. Oh, okay. Okay. Do this question. Do this one. Do this one. Do this one. Yes. This one. One to many to many, one to none. Just now I told you all these things. Just now I told you all. Again, I'm showing the answer. One to many to one. Okay, again, no problem. One to one means what? One to one means I am talking to myself. I am talking to myself, and that we call it as intrapersonal. Yes, one to many means what? I am talking to many people. I am talking to many people. Sorry, 1 to 1 means interpersonal, 1 to none means intrapersonal. 1 talking to interpersonal, 1 to many, mass communication, especially through print. Yes. Many to many means what? Many to many, transactional. Many people communicating to many people, it's transactional. 1 to none is nothing but intrapersonal. 1 to none is intrapersonal. Clear? Yes. Okay. Now I just want to tell you a new information regarding tomorrow's question. I'll just give you an introduction about this topic and then I'll go with the tomorrow's question. Ramsar site. We have this comes under the people development and environment. Very, very important one. This image is according to August 2022. What do you mean by Ramsar site? Just understand. With a small introduction, I will start. I will give you the question. So, Ramsar site is mainly meant to preserve the wetlands of India, of not India, for the whole universe, it's there. So, in India, I am talking about, it is to preserve the wetlands. You can ask me, ma'am, what is wetland? Wetlands means it comes under the bird sanctuaries, the lakes, mangrove forest, wildlife sanctuaries. All these things comes under the concept of wild wetlands. The major working of this wetland is they only preserve the ecosystem and they only make stabilize the habitat of living in that earth. That is the main working of this preserving the wetland, because birds move from place to place, animals move from place to place, right? They used to take it as a living habitat for birds, animals, everything. So this has to be, it's approximately only 7% of the world geographical thing is, right? 7% has been contributed by wetland. And these wetland has to be conserved, it has to be preserved because of the, to make human beings or other creatures to live in this earth. So that is the work. To maintain all those things, we have a concept called Ramsar site. Okay, we call a concept called Ramsar site and we call it as wetlands. We call it as wetlands. So this is a small introduction. So what we can remember, all the bird sanctuaries, okay, wildlife sanctuaries, all comes under the mangrove forest, all these comes under the concept of Ramsar site. Already as per last year, it was totally 75 Ramsar sites are there in India. But now as per January 2023, 5 more Ramsar sites had been added. 5 Ramsar sites been added to the list. What are all the Ramsar sites? 2 in Tamil Nadu and 3 in Karnataka. What is this? Kariveti Bird Sanctuary in Ariyalur, Magadikere Conservation Reserve in Karnataka, Longwood Shola Reserve Forest in Tamil Nadu. In Karnataka, Anankasamudra Bird Conservation Reserve in Karnataka, Agnahasini Hesuchari in Karnataka. So 5 Ramsar sites had been added and now the number of Ramsar sites in India is 80. Yes, mangrove forest means like it is a kind of forest where we have a water body will be there and then the trees will be closed, right? In many films and all we have seen mangrove forest. Have you seen in Anaconda film and all? Have you seen, right? Anaconda film, Anaconda part 1. They used to go by boat and all the things will be covered by forest. In many films, we used to have that mangrove forest. You remember, Monica? In Anaconda film, we used to have. In Anaconda film, in many films, we can have that one. Yes. So these are the 5 Ramsar sites is been added in the list of mangrove in list of Ramsar sites. Okay. The main purpose of this Ramsar sites is to preserve the wetlands. Wetlands means these are all wetlands actually. See, you know why? What is the purpose of wetlands? Here the birds will come from one place to another place. And we need that water to be preserved. We need that place to be preserved so that birds can come and extend their population, right? These are all called as the wetlands, and these are all called the forest, right? These are all forests, and these are all also water bodies, right? This has to be preserved for birds, wildlife, and endangered species. We have to protect the species which are dying. We have to protect them. For all those things, we have to maintain this Ramsar site. Clear? With this, I am giving you the question. What is the theme of World Wetlands Day 2024? What is the theme of World Wetlands Day 2024? This is the question for tomorrow's class. Sorry, today's class. Answer it in the comment section. Please, every day we can definitely learn one concept. Yes. Exactly right, Shiva. Exactly right. It's the Parivadan film. Yes, right. In the last climax, they used to come, right? Same thing. So what is the theme of World Wetlands Day 2024? This is the today's question. Please do answer it in the chat box. So that will be in the comment section. So that will be useful to many learners. I expect today many answers. I expect many answers today. Yes. So to hope that today's class will be very useful to you. Tomorrow we will be joining together with another set of communication based problems. Don't forget to join the class. Those learners are new, kindly subscribe this channel and like and share the video with your friends. Together we can learn more, right? Yes, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Tata, bye.